Well, good evening. This is a rainy good evening from Mumbai. I am live to you from Mega Classic Banquet Hall, Borivali West. This show, which is the 24th episode of the Hospitality Show, which has been witnessed by many giants in this business, many entrepreneurs, many vice presidents, many managing directors from the who's of hospitality industry. And today we have a great gentleman, a great entrepreneur who has set up very wonderful goals for himself and who has grown leaps and bounds. Today we have in the show Mr. Moksh Sani, the managing director of Living Liquids Private Limited, which is one of the major player in the liquor market in Mumbai, in Maharashtra, as well as now spreading all over India. To introduce him, can I call upon Sana to give a brief intro of today's chief guest?
Thank you. Good evening and namaste to all viewers. Welcome to the 24th episode of our hospitality show. Well, first and most, I would like to thank you all for taking a time out from your heavy schedule, where we are host Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, a CEO of Touch of Class, in conversation with Mr. Moksh Sani, the birth of a brand. In 1977, the Breach Wine, the first wine and spirit store founded by the Generation Entrepreneur SL. Mr. Sani came up in a Sion, Mumbai, and Mr. Sani had set up aside his degree in mechanical engineering to make an unusual career shift. After weathering the challenge common to a founders of all first-time business, the family-run enterprise had established the 8th store and turnover of rupees 100 crore by 2005. When Manish and Moksh Sani joined as a managing director, despite being pioneer with the many firsts to their credit, Living a Liquid is a brand that is open to receive feedback and learning from its staff, customers, and other stakeholders. A strong focus in a quality manifests itself in a working with the best talents in a design, architecture, and service for all business learn. Sommelier and the extensive market studies and research ensure that the new product introduced in its offering to a customers is a closely scrutinized. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, we welcome the chief guest today's evening, Mr. Moksh Sani.
Hi.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Hi.
Welcome to the 24th episode of the Hospitality Show, brought to you by Mega Classic by Touch of Class from Borivali. Let me directly go into the show. It is a great privilege and honor for us to have you on the show. I know you are a very, very busy gentleman, but still I'm thankful to you for giving me time for this hospitality show. So let me directly go to the first question. Living Liquids, whose brainchild was it and when did it start? How did it start? Let the viewers know about it, please.
As we know in the introduction that my dad started the business, but in 2005 when I entered the business post my graduation, I wasn't so inclined to basically enter into alcohol. Reason being that it was very unorganized kind of a business, more of a retail stores looked down. It wasn't really looked upon that restaurants and bars were more buzzing and stuff. So I really thought that I should not enter. If I want to do something in liquor, I'll also go into restaurants or bars and not into retail, because retail wasn't. I didn't think it's my cup of tea at that time. That's where I thought that why can't we kind of bring this at par, or have an edge where people can actually enjoy what they're shopping, what they're buying. That's where Living Liquids was born. And we set up our first store at Hypercity, Malad, which is a walk-in, only a wine boutique in 2005. Post the success of that store, in the next 2 years, I think in 2007, we converted that existing wine and beer store into a full-fledged alcohol store. And with the learning of that store, till date, we've not looked behind.
Very nice. Very nice. I understand when I was doing some catering business, Living Liquids was started and it has grown leaps and bounds. Now, I find all your outlets very well designed, systematic, and eye-catchy. How do you plan all these things? And do you personally get into the groove?
We're two brothers, Manish and myself, and yes, we personally have the skin in the game. Without which I don't think things work. At least don't work for us. And we both are workaholics, and where work is concerned, it's our priority. And definitely, we've been from the last 5 years, we've taken a lot of care in terms of design elements and look and feel of the store. Just then, to having a walk-in store is not enough. It has to be designed properly, and therefore, we're paying a lot of attention on how the brands are placed in the store as well.
So you look into get into the groove and you see everything designed, you approve, and then only the work starts. Is that so?
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right?
Each and everything, each and every aspect.
Okay, okay. In how many cities are we now present, and what are our your signature stores all around India or all around Mumbai, Maharashtra?
Currently, we are present in Mumbai. That's Maharashtra, definitely you can say, but Mumbai, mainly Mumbai, and in and around Navi Mumbai and Thane. As a city, small city, we have portion of Raigad. Apart from that, we are in Bangalore. Uh, we've just entered Odisha through the airport. We are next. We're looking at Goa and Kolkata. So I mean, there's no rat race, but yes, as and when there's an opportunity and as and when we think that's the right state to enter, we're open to that.
So how many stores we have as of now?
Currently, we're operating out of 55 stores.
55 stores. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what is the market share does Living Liquids hold on the whole of the liquor sale happening in Maharashtra? Are you the one? Are the one? You are the only great player, right? I don't think anybody else has 55 stores in Maharashtra.
Yeah, that's true. But I wouldn't know on Maharashtra level where do we stand, but we stand at a decent proportion, I'm sure, because we have we've got the pulse. We understand what the consumer wants. We're more or less there for we've been there. We've created a brand. People understand. You know, we probably are the only ones we can stand for. McDonald's stands for burgers, so Living Liquid stands for alcohol today. So people recognize us somehow, and I think that's distinguished us from the other retailers and the retail stores.
Okay, okay. Now, I was recently speaking to one of my clients, and he said, if anything you want to buy alcohol, the original stuff will be available only in Living Liquids. You can trust only Living Liquids for that matter. That made me really very happy because I have been interacting with you, and as being working with you, I felt very great because he said, you see, in Living Liquids, see their decor, see their ambience, see their presentation, see their staff, see how they give the package. Everything is great there, and they are the original peoples. If you want to buy in bulk, you go only to Living Liquids, not any wine shops. That is what he told me very clear-cutly. I did not tell him that I am also a very good patron of Living Liquids, but I did feel proud, so I thought I'll share it with you on this public platform.
Right.
Now, what's the concept of this tasting lounge which you have come across? What does it do? What does the tasting lounge do?
So basically, the whole concept from Tasting Lounge was today in India we have more and more products entering, but how does one really? So I feel that those days are gone when you make a person stand and convince a person to buy a certain product or upgrade a certain person from an existing product. Because if you have every days, you have a new Johnny Walker Red Select launching, or a new Black Label Origin launching, or even for that matter a new gin coming, which now India is growing some great gins from Goa and all that stuff. So how do you they can't be people can't be going to restaurants and bars and depending that, okay, oh, I'm going to try this today, I'm going to try that. So how do you pick up from retail? Ultimately, I'm concerned about my stores, my retail business, but I can't take I can't get a brand to be placed and wait for them to be placed at bars and lounges and clubs, and then they'll come and pick up. So we had to find a midway where we would bring something along, and that's where I thought that a tasting room attached to a liquor store, where consumers could actually step in, could be sample, before, and upgrade their taste buds rather than just sticking to what they were buying. And because even consumers get bored of what they've been drinking. I personally, as a consumer, I get bored very fast of what I drink. So I like to try, experiment, explore, and now we have well-traveled consumers. We have people, who are educated. They read the labels. They want to read what it's made of, where is it made, who's the winemaker, who's the gin maker, or whatever, or who's the malt. Where's it coming from? So, but those days are gone where you have a good-looking salesman standing and trying to convince him. I rather say that leave it. The best judge is the consumer himself. So we're that confident that we carry the right products, we let you taste them, and then you decide if you want to buy them.
So has this increased the sale of your business?
Definitely.
Okay.
Goes without saying, because it's common sense. I mean, it's absolutely common sense. There's no brainer in that. You get someone to try 5 things. He's also obliged to buy something. When you actually offer something for free, he's also obliged by you that there's a good feel factor. That someone's not asked any money from you. You've sampled a couple of drinks, and okay, now I'm confident that okay, what I've liked, and I'm going to buy this.
Very good. I think it's a nice concept. I think in the whole of India, I think you are the only person, only Living Liquids is doing that. I don't think anybody else is doing it.
I think in the world rather.
Oh, that's great. Then that's
I
very.
don't see India. I don't see India for sure, but I don't see, because when you travel even abroad, you'll have, if you travel, you go to London airport or Singapore, you'll have tastings happening at the duty free, but you'll also have tastings happening only of a particular product, what they want to upsell or what they want to promote. So there could be a blue label promotion, there could be a Shivas 18 promotion, but that's only one product at one time. So here we've not done that. We've opened the entire store. When we're saying you choose, you pick and choose anything that you like.
So people are loving this concept now, and your sales is increasing. That is what you mean to say.
Yeah.
Does tasting lounge serve food also?
Not really. My concentration is more towards alcohol. Uh, we try and give you some small bites, but that's not our main concentration, because our forte is retail. So we just want we don't want people to really spend some great time there. And tasting lounges right now, currently we have at the airport. So the airport, any which ways you're a business traveler or a traveler, you only have 15-20 minutes on you before you can really taste, sample, decide, pick, and then run for your flight. So food never really made sense for us.
So where did this idea come from? Whose brainchild was this tasting lounge?
It was mine, but
Oh,
yeah.
all this creative out of the box thinking comes to you only actually. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Whenever I go to any airport, Bangalore I land, I see Living Liquids there. In Mumbai I land, I see. Recently I land in Bhubaneswar, I see. So is there any possibility that in every airport in India that Living Liquids will be having their store?
Hopefully,
Probably. Huh?
I hope for the same. We are working towards it. It's a conscious effort we're taking towards it, and people recognize us as a brand today, and people trust us as a brand, as you said. So it makes some good sense to do the same.
When are you entering the international market, Chief?
I've given myself 5 years.
5 years.
I've given myself 5 years. So in the next 5 years, I would want to be in an international segment. So
I wish
London would
you
be
all the
first.
success for that. And I am sure the way you work, brothers, both of your brothers work so understandingly. I think hats off to you the way you work. I am learning certain things from you, actually speaking. For the past 15 years, I've seen Living Liquids grow leaps and bounds. How was the journey then and how is the journey now?
Journey's been great. I mean, honestly, I enjoy my work. We both brothers actually enjoy our work, and that's why we are successful. There is no stress that we want to reach somewhere, or there's no target in your head. There's no. Uh, it's a team effort. We have a great team today, and also it's it's something that what you like to do. So it's not something that work is not a burden for us. The day it becomes a burden, I'll stop doing it. Uh, it's the love for alcohol, it's the love for what we do, and we really enjoy it.
But I have find you always working that too so fast, so fast, so fast. I have learned in this past 3 years of my association with you so many things. When I see you, I observe from you so many things, and I try to implement. But the way you implement is something phenomenally. I don't think anybody else will be able to do it. Hats off to you for that, for the strength
I
and for
think
the
I think
energy level you have.
the speed
Huh?
comes from the city that you stay in. It's Mumbai.
Yeah,
Mumbai teaches you speed. So you either are with time or you're left behind.
very
So
true, very true.
we want to be with time. We want to work with time, and we're happy doing what we're doing.
But your father has been your greatest strength, isn't it?
Definitely, my dad was the greatest strength, and we've learned everything from him. He never stopped us from doing anything. He always gave us, both the brothers, a free hand. Even when I joined, my elder Manish also gave me a free hand, and that's how you were allowed to take certain decisions. We had the liberty to take whether it's right or wrong, but the decisions liberty was to yourself. uh, that's where you kind of take hold of what you're doing. You're kind of confident in whatever you do, and that whatever happens, it's okay. You're not scared to take every second step, and that's where I feel success comes from.
Great, great, great. Now, I found in your stores, most of the stores, wines are selling high and you have all varieties of wines. What do you feel, as per you, is the wine consumption, particularly in Maharashtra, and how do you see the future going on wine sale is concerned?
Wine consumption in Maharashtra, I wouldn't know in bulk liters on the tip of my tongue, but it's definitely growing. It's growing at 12 to 15% every year. Uh, People are getting more health conscious. There are certain beliefs that wine kind of is better than the rest of the alcohol, so that also helps. Is now getting more accessible freely because there are beer and wine stores. There are grocery stores. I believe very soon there are grocery stores going to be allowed to sell wines openly. So and wine, people like to buy from a very good from a good store who stores their wine well. So that's where Living Liquids has always been and concentrated on storing products well, whether it's a air conditioned atmosphere where the corks don't dry up, where you don't have stale wine. Uh, and since we churn our products quite fast, you don't have those complaints. So we have a huge demand for wine, especially in our stores, because the knowledge that we give, we have sommeliers. We don't depend on people who can't pronounce wine. Who can't. If you can't pronounce wine, how do you sell wine? So we usually hire sommeliers in our stores who are WSET 2 and plus, probably 3, who have learned wine as a subject and they understand what they're selling. And wine is something that has to be sold to a person as per his taste, as per his meal, as per what he's going to eat, what's planned for the night, a lot of things. So all this knowledge is passed on to the consumer, and that's why they prefer coming to us, because there are a lot of question and answers that we kind of fulfill them.
So you have a training done to your staff regarding wines, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, if I ask you a simple, what is the percentage of sale of wine in Maharashtra with your 55 stores?
It's still very small. It's still very small. Maharashtra or India basically is still more a spirits market. So if you say the percent is very small, but yes, it's growing. Uh, Percent, I don't think it may be more than 3% if I have to actually put a number to it. But that 3% by itself is also big. And Indians are basically a spirit market. If you see, Everyone wants to have a spirit in which you can get high faster and sooner, and wine's not that. So wine is more for the elite and more for. So it's catching up. People are, as I said, people are uh, converting into wine drinking for social wine drinking, or probably for health benefits, or for milder occasions. It's probably a brunch or a afternoon and stuff with sangrias or however. So there is a different, but you got to develop a taste for it.
Does Indian wine sell more or international wines?
Definitely Indian wines, because obviously international wines for our country, for some reason, the you know a five even a $1 wine that you drink in Australia or US over here is for 2,000 rupees. So the affordability on buying a 2,000 rupee product is not for everyone. That's also because, especially because wine is consumed in a night. Unlike you keep a whiskey for at least 7 days, 8 days, depending on your consumption. Wine consumption is basically you'll have 3, 4 glasses between two or three friends. You'll finish 3, 4 glasses. So it's an expensive affair. So definitely people who are beginners, or salaried people, or when you start basically consuming wines, one tends to start with domestic, which is more pocket friendly, and India makes some great wines. Means in India, Indian wines are not, they're not so bad, or they're not really crap. India makes some beautiful wines, and I think that's where we are. So I had heard somewhere last year or 2019, Sula done a record sale of 1 lakh cases. So if Sula does that and sells, so obviously that means there is a high demand for these products across.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Can you please elaborate on detail about this Living Liquids app? What is it all about? How does a customer, if he has to order liquor through this app, how does he go for it? How does he pay the money? What is the entire app? Because I found it very easy. I used it myself and I found it very, very easy. But can you elaborate? Many of them do not know what is an app of a Living Liquids. Can you please elaborate?
Living Liquids app is basically where you can download this app on iOS or Android. It's mainly for home delivery. This was started during COVID. This approval was given by the state government during COVID times, uh, so that people, while the retail stores were shut, people can get alcohol at home. It's still pertaining to the same, because yet we say we till today have 600, 800 cases happening every day. So a lot of people today don't want to venture to retail stores, because whether walk-in or standalone, or whether off the counter or wherever, but you'll obviously have more people standing besides you, and people really don't want to do that. So the app helps you bring whatever you need home. It's very easy. You download the app, you put your PIN code. It will show you whether we service your PIN code. 99% we service the entire PIN code across Mumbai, Thane, Vashi, New Bombay, Raigad. We service 100% all PIN codes. Uh, you can choose and buy whatever you want from the app. You add to your cart. We don't charge you. Uh, we only charge you on delivery, whether it's cash on delivery or card on delivery, or however, whatever mode of payment it is. So it's very safe, it's secure. People rely on us, and people now, because especially because Google has so many fake numbers, Google has become a pain, and they're allowing a lot of scam is happening, not only on Living Liquids but also on other retail stores, on salons, on a lot of grocery stores. There's a lot of scams happening. So here you come up with a solution where it's your app. It's completely trustworthy. You can just download it. You can order it, and the best part is you pay on delivery. So there's no fear of getting scammed, and it's very
So,
easy. You completely see the range. You get to see the different tasting notes, the bottle shots. So it's as good as walking in a store, because the whole idea of walk-in stores was touch and feel, reading labels, reading descriptions, knowing what's there in it, comparing it to different products. So here you can do all of it sitting at your home.
So this app is very friendly. And how many people as of now use this Living Liquids app? Do you have the numbers?
We have about almost 500,000 downloads till date, and a lot of consumers use it, though the usage might have slightly dropped since now that everything's open and there's no night curfew, there's no curfew. Still, restrictions are there, but it's still 10 p.m. and 10 o'clock is the legal time, any which ways of the liquor stores. But still, there are a lot of people who prefer buying on the app, as I said. We've converted at least 30-35% of our business to the app as on date.
Oh, wonderful. That is great. For 500,000 people, this is a very great number.
Yeah.
To handle if 55 stores are there, you should be having a good amount of manpower as well. And monitoring all these people should have some great leadership qualities. Where did you get these leadership qualities from?
Leadership qualities we get from our own selves. So it's every day is a learning for us. I'm not saying that we may be doing 100% everything right. We may be having some mistakes, but uh, we learn from our mistakes each day. I take especially that every day is a learning day, and you get to learn something from your people, from the customer, from how business works on a day-to-day basis. So we don't say that we've been in the business for 45 years, so we know it all. We don't claim that. We say we're open to learning, and that's where probably these skills work. Because you learn every day one new thing, and you learn it and then adapt it. You use it, so it helps you.
So, what is that one compliment of a customer which you always cherish?
Genuine alcohol.
Huh?
Genuine alcohol.
Genuine. Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's actually I also felt when somebody told me about Living Liquids, and I also felt great about myself that I am associated with Living Liquids. Now,
Right.
we want the viewers to know about your family, your siblings, your college days, your school days, your dating days, your outing days. We want every viewer to know about it. I am sure your wife is not seeing it, so you can be very open in telling us.
Uh, no, nothing so fancy. We've two brothers. Obviously, I have a wife. I have three kids. Uh, we've been. I've been working since I was almost 20. So obviously not working full time when I was 20, but after 24 I joined the business, and since then I've been working full time. But we've had a share of fun. We've traveled, well traveled. I still believe in taking good breaks, and we try and take a break once in 3 months, so that whether domestic, whether abroad, whether now since 2 years, obviously there's no travel. So, but we've taken domestic travels, and we kind of enjoy our space. As I said, for me, business is there, but it's you need to enjoy your work. For that, you need your set of breaks, and my childhood has been always around alcohol since dad was there, and this was our family business. So, you know, I've always been fond of it, as you say, not that, and curiosity that how people make it, how the blend is made, how things are done, and with every time dad said, how brands get popular. You've heard Vijay Mallya stories as a kid, and so on. So it's been a great journey that way.
Wonderful, but you are not ready to disclose what happened to your college days. That you are not ready to disclose.
Nothing happened in my college days. I had a fun time. Uh, Most of my girlfriends know where my stores were. They would drive with me to the stores, and yeah,
But the
probably
way you are now itself looking smart, at your teenagers, you should have been more smarter. People would have had some great crushes on you if you wouldn't have dated somebody. That's a different question. Anyhow, you don't want to take it over. Though I'm also living it like that. I'll speak to
Yeah.
you in person on that. On this note, we take a 1 minute commercial break and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Thank you.
Mr. Pradeep? Well, this is the banquet hall where I am sitting and having a chat with Mr. Mohsani. This is located at Borivali West, or next to the railway station, just 5 minutes walk from the railway station. It is a 800 to 1,000 people banquet hall, air-conditioned banquet hall, serving only vegetarian world cuisine. And this is where I'm live from to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mox. Mr. Mox, you are a very hardcore businessman, and I know I'm a man. I know what would have been if I would ask you in this way, if you wouldn't have been in this business, where would have we seen Mr. Mohsani?
If it wasn't for alcohol, my most you can say my passion was cars. So I always loved cars. I still love cars, and so I would have definitely opened a garage. When I say a garage, I'm not talking about a mechanical garage, but I'm talking about a place where people can actually, kind of a multi-brand store where one would see right from your Maseratis to Ferraris to Mercedes to BMWs. I mean, I've always been a car freak. For me, I live with the passion of alcohol and cars. So
I feel you are a blessing to this industry, because many people are being benefited because of you, because you are helping people to open up shops and you're giving people an opportunity. And it is like this, you have given opportunity to so many of employees who are working under you. And how are the SOPs in place? How do you manage the finance part of it? Because 55 stores is a large number. And these stores giving funds and by depositing money, where there is more of cash sales there, all those things, there can be manipulation, there can be so many other ways for other people to make money. You trust the staff or you trust the system?
It's a mix of both. So when I first joined business, as I said, I spent, in 2005, I remember we used to work on a DOS-based program. And from that DOS-based program, there were a lot of deletions, additions, a lot of sale transactions, which at local store level things were possible for everyone to manipulate. And me being a little more much better than Manish and my dad in terms of computers, I had that sense that no, something's really wrong and we need to change first get a better platform into place. And that's when I contacted a software company. Unfortunately, our liquor business, people were only developing software for restaurants and bars. and alcohol retail softwares were never made as such by any brand, whether be it Microsoft or be it any other company. There wasn't any tailor-made software, so I had to tailor-made something for myself. So it almost took me, I think, almost 2.5 years to get it right. A lot of trial and error, a lot of challenges, but we finally got it right. Almost 3 years we got it right. So 2008, when I was really, really confident that yes, this is a you know complete tight solution where retail sales are concerned, where billing is concerned, where POS is concerned, and that's how we get the confidence to when your backend is strong, and that's how you can move ahead. So I understood that pretty quickly. So we had to get our back right. So I think that was the that was the right move that I made at that point of time of getting the backend right. Once the software was in place, then I never had to bother. Then it's only human errors, but human errors also that can't be so much that you have to really worry about what's going on in the store level. We have our audits. We take our audits every 15 days, and that's how we operate.
So now you are on track. Your apps are on track. There cannot be any manipulation anywhere. That is what, if I'm
No,
right.
no, yes.
Okay. So how many staffs work under the brand Living Liquids?
It's it varies from store to store. Some stores need fewer staff, some stores need more staff. I don't have the exact count, but a lot of stores have different requirements. Some have more of home delivery, so obviously then delivery boys are added extra because of the app now, because of COVID. So things have changed, and every year the number changes. Every season the number changes. You never know when there's a next lockdown. You don't never know when what's happening. So it's not a constant number for sure.
Okay. So apart from your business, what are your other passion? What is your other hobbies, and how you legitimately follow that?
Mm, Apart from my business, as I said, cars is something that I passionately follow. Uh, I like traveling, so I make sure that and now because of work traveling any which ways, that's also one plus point that it's hobby converted into business. So today when I travel to Bangalore, it's like I'm having a good break. I'm meeting new people. At the same time, if I work half a day, it doesn't really kill. So there's no harm, doing that or go to Pune. I'm meeting new friends, I'm making new friends, I'm seeing new places, or Calcutta or wherever that may be, or Odisha. So it just kind of, you have that, de-stresses you basically, and takes you in a different atmosphere. Apart from that, I think spending time with the kids is something that I love, and I get my weekends where I'm with the kids. So Sunday you can't catch me at all. My
Oh,
Sundays with my kids.
how
So
many kids are you blessed with, Rismokh?
three,
Huh?
three kids,
Three kids. Two boys and one girl, or two girls and one boy?
two girls and one boy. My son is 1 year old, so it's the best time of my life where
No.
he's so. That's what I
So
said.
Sunday you are, so Sunday you are fully dedicated to family time.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Now you tell me, compared to foreign countries, how far is our India growing, or India coming into season drinking? Like in foreign countries, people know how many of you are having some top-notch brands and doing it regularly. But as Indian market also come to that level of thinking as a thought process?
See, Indian. I don't know about seasonal drinking, but yes, obviously, I mean, in monsoons, our beer sales dip in Chris. I mean, towards festive seasons, our sales are up. Probably in summers, you have more of beer sales, more of I don't know. That's there, but one thing is for sure that India needs to get the import policy right, because we need to have better brands to allow all the brands to be kind of come to India. Our import duty structures need to improve basically. So once that is there, I think we'll also have many more brands available what we get abroad. So we are still not even, I think, 1/10 of what you get in abroad. I think we have a long way to go still.
Okay. Which are your most liked holiday destinations which you would love to visit, go with your family every now and then, or at least once in 3 months or once in 6 months?
Uh, London, New Zealand, Switzerland.
How frequently you travel in a year? Abroad travel, Indian travel?
I at least do 2 trips in a year, but now last 2 years there's been none. But I love to do 2 trips every year.
Right. Tell me, you are a liquor baron, I can say. You are having so much of liquor stores, but you are also a foodie, if I understand right.
I'm a
What is
big
that
foodie.
one dish? What is that one dish Mr. Most likes to have quite often?
Pan Asian for sure. So
And
I love my pan fried noodles and my probably sushis. So, so that's my weakness.
if you say you like sushis, you should have tried our Me brand, which has newly come up, which we have taken up in Mumbai, and is shortly opening up in Palladium. It is a Japan brand by Roman Kambata. I would send some sushis to you. You taste them, and you will love them the most. This is the best of the
Definitely,
sushis available. We are available in Bandra itself, in the Hill Road itself. I can send it to your car home anytime this weekend itself, so you can taste those sushis. You will definitely love for it. You will definitely love it.
definitely.
Now, a tricky question which you have to answer: food from your mom, food from your wife. Which is the best?
Food from my mom. It's not tricky.
Huh?
It's not tricky. Food from my mom.
Oh, that's come from the heart directly. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That is very nice to hear. So now, if I have to ask you, how many stores you look forward to open in the next 1 year or 2 years down the line? What is your numbers count on that?
There is no count for me. As I said, I'm not. We're not running in any rat race. It's every day. We take every day as it comes. If there's a good opportunity, if there's a good confidence level that yes, this state will work, or this store will work, or this area will work, whether it's Mumbai, whether it's any other state, uh, I'm happy to explore. So we're open-minded. Wherever I travel, wherever I see, wherever I think that yes, it makes sense for us to do something. So I haven't set a goal, honestly. I have not set a goal that I want to open 5 stores every year, 10 stores every year, because uh, we're just two of us. We have no obligations to anyone to answer to, and I'm not, I'm not bound to do something that I don't want to, not out of my wish. And that's why, you probably every store is very passionate, and every store is not just another store. It is when we're launching it, we're very careful about it. We know what we want to do and what we want to bring on the table.
So now you have stores in the airports. Which is the best store? Which is the highest revenue giving store in the whole of India, like Bangalore, Mumbai, Bhubaneswar, all
From
other
my
stores you have?
stores, obviously Bombay is the best store.
Okay.
From our stores, obviously Bombay is the best store. But I believe stores which were there or are there in Delhi and Chandigarh, I believe in numbers they're much better, because the government policies and the price difference is quite a bit of the even the high end segment. So So I believe those stores do better business in terms of as per even what we do. But in our kitty, obviously Bombay can't be beaten.
So because Bombay has the tasting lounge concept. In other cities, you don't have the tasting lounge concept, right?
Yeah, we don't have the tasting lounge concept.
Okay, okay. Now, if I ask you a question, the consumption of liquor in airports, has it increased? Because this pandemic, our aviation industry has been hit the most. Is this time also the revenue levels matches with these business what we do at the airports?
In the last 1 month, things have changed.
Okay.
Prior, so I think April, May again this year, April, May, June, we were hit very bad. July onwards, travel began slowly and steadily. I think we hear T1 also is opening in October 20th. So that's a positive sign when T1 airport, because T1 has been shut since last year.
Yes.
So T1 airport was shut. Only T2 was operational for international flights. For domestic flights. International also was shut. Now that international also has just started about a month back. So I think now things are working back on track. We are almost reached 80% of what we were pre-COVID.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a positive sign. Life
Hmm.
is getting back to normal. That's a positive sign by itself.
Very true. Now, in your experience as a liquor, as- you should have had so much of good as well as bad experience with the customers. Which is that one you would like to take, want the viewers to know whether a bad or a good? Which is the one that reminds you something?
Uh, I think experiences happen every day. I don't remember any such instance. I don't recall any such instance where it's a good or a bad. But yeah, uh, I'm only since now we are talking on this forum, and there is a chance I would just tell all the viewers that please be very careful of scamsters. Uh, please do not pay money in advance, and people should understand this that no one, whether it's except for a Swiggy or Zomato, which are online platforms, if you call someone for a home delivery, or if you really ask someone for anything, no one asks you for your credit card details, no one asks you for your PAN card details, or for your Aadhaar card details, or for your any kind of details. So uh, I've had many experiences where people have lost good amount of money, and that saddens me that why are people not understanding a very simple a very simple thought that you can tell the person that boss I will pay on delivery, and that's what we believe in. That's what we every time on our social media handles, on our app, we keep sending notifications that we do not ask for payments, we do not ask for payments, and we only take payments on delivery, whether through credit card, whether through cash, whatever. And that's the only one experience that I have now. It's been 3 years. These things have been happening since this started just at the end of 2018. These scams started. So that's the only thing that saddens me as an experience.
But there are some guys who order and then when the guy goes home for delivery, they say, "No, we have not ordered that time. That way, our time is not wasted."
That's okay. That's okay. It's my time gets wasted. I rather prefer that than a consumer who's been cheated. So I prefer, if at all even that happens to us, which does not happen, honestly speaking, it does not happen. It's one out of thousand probably, if that has to happen, that small that scale is. But it hurts when someone's money is lost. It just hurts.
What a
And
great gesture!
especially if
Nowadays,
he's your
everybody wants.
especially
Please
if he's
continue,
a
sir.
customer and he's banking on your name, and he's banking on on his hard-earned money. That's something that hurts.
Great gesture, great gesture. Because so many people are asking money upfront, then only accepting the orders. Even the wine shops, some wine shops I know also tell them, sorry, आपका कार्ड का details दे दो, फिर हम लोग माल भेजेंगे. But yours is a different statement altogether, which is to be appreciated. So I request all the viewers to order only through Living Liquids app, and they will not ask you money upfront, but they will give you delivery and then take the money. That is how legitimate, true business of ethics of a gentleman is known to everyone, because this is a platform where so many people see. And if he is so beautifully saying that do not pay money and do not cheat, you can understand his intentions of how people are doing scams. He's making every one of us aware that please be careful. So it's a great your gesture, Mr. Mox, and it is not with everyone. I think this is the one thing which you have learned a lot from your dad. That's what I can understand. Being so honest in doing whatever business you are doing, and be straightforward and be tell the truth. I think this is what your dad had, because I had met him before 5-6 years in an old customer, and I could not have a chat with him, but I saw his face value and I could make it my mind. And I was fortunate enough that I'm working with you. That itself a great. Now you tell me, how was your experience for the past 3 years working with Touch of Class? Don't, because I'm asking this question because I just really wanted to know about myself, because I would like to hear it from you, because there were days I did not even think that I will sit with Mr. Mox and have a cup of tea. But that day also had come to me. That is God's gift, I will say. So I just wanted to share your experience working with us, because we have been working with you for the past 3.5 years now.
The experience has been good so far, and you also come up in a very humble way, so you know what it takes, what hard work is, what. So I know this. I know your part of the story. A few days back, you had said it to me and to my brother. So I've heard that story, and I prior to that it was also good. But after I heard your story, obviously there's a certain trust that you grow into a person. So it's been good. You've been honest so far, and you've been doing your job, whatever's been given to you, and you accept challenges, you accept the opportunities that come your way. That's good. I still haven't eaten the food what you keep talking about. I'm waiting for that, so that if there is any opportunity that we can work together in the near future.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So where do we see Living Liquids in the year 2025? Are we going for IPO?
No, there is no IPO coming. There is nothing coming. I just want to do my business. I just want to grow each day the way I am. I'm happy to be what we do. As I said, I love what I do, and yes, I would love to have a store, probably in London or probably in a city that I love. In whenever that is. I'm not saying it's going to be today, it's going to be tomorrow, even in the next 5 years if I can. As I said, I love to travel. So, if I travel and work together, that's the best thing that I believe in. And because working since so many years now, I can't stay idle for more than 2-3 days. So that's the reason I like, if I am taking a break, I would love to have some work around that break. That's the only reason I want to probably open something that is there in the cities that I travel often to.
Wonderful. I know, to get you on the show how much I have taken because you were not ready to spend this 1 hour, because every minute is precious to you. That is what I can understand. That you are a workaholic and you do so many things in one go. And this 1 hour, if I've kept you occupied only with me, I think I will be the only person who has made you do this. Otherwise, I have been trying you for the past 10 weeks to bring you on the show, and you were not able to come across. And this time, I'm happy that I made it today. And it was wonderful having you in the show. And it was a great message which you have given to the people. And I am sure with this show going live and with this show, it will be viewed by many people in the days to come. And you will increase your sale on the app. And I wish you all the success in the future days to come. And I wish I work with you till your business grows and I also grow along with you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a great pleasure. 2 minutes
Thank
it will
you,
take
Ananth.
for us to give you an official vote of thanks. Sana, over to you. Please give a vote of thanks for my honorable chief guest for the evening, Mr. Mani Sani. Sorry, Mr. Mokh Sani. Sana, over to you. Oh.
आनंद सर मैम का नेटवर्क थोड़ा इशू है.
Network issue. So I will have the pleasure and privilege of giving the vote of thanks myself.
Yeah, so as we draw to the 24th episode of our hospitality show, would like to thank you, Mr. Pradeep Jodani, a technical head of the show, Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, the creator and visionary of this wonderful event, and Mr. Mokh Sani, our honorary chief guest, for making this show super successful with their presence. And last but not least, I would like to thank you for all online viewers who has contributed equally by being a part of this event. So, ladies and gentlemen, till our next episode, signing off from this hospitality show, I'm saying good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ananth.
Thank you so much, Chief, for your valuable time. And I look forward to see you early. And I will definitely live up to your expectations. That is my promise to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Bye.
Bye. Take care. So, the next episode is the Silver Jubilee episode of the Hospitality Show, the 25th episode. Here I wanted to do it something different. As everybody was asking me, you are interviewing us. We wanted to know what is your part in the hospitality industry. So I asked my friend, Mr. Vikram Kamath, and he was very nice, very, very humble, very honest, as he usually be. And it is going to be he interviewing me on the 25th episode of the Hospitality Show on the 12th of October, which also happens to be Mr. Vikram Kamath's wife's birthday. So we celebrate it all together. And you want to know what is Dr. Ananth Vaidyanathan, where does he come from? Do watch this episode, which is the Silver Jubilee episode, and you will definitely you will definitely come to know who was Ananth Vaidyanathan, what is Ananth Vaidyanathan, and it will be definitely a touching heart story of mine. Thank you so much. This show was powered by Mega Classic by Touch of Class at Borivali. And if you are not live, you can view it on YouTube as well as on Facebook. It is live. It will be done on the screen. And you have any comments to post, you can post it in the number which is scrolling down, 9833182040, and it will be answered there. For any queries, you can also put in your messages there. Thanks for watching our show, and we look forward to see you till on the 12th. And Corona is still not over. It is decreased. We are all happy about it. Let us maintain our social distance. Let us wear masks. Let us be nice to people. Let us be careful about our senior citizens. Let us be careful about the kids. Be good, do good. Love you all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.